It's Nos Paradud.
Hey, quick little note, the videos I had in this got copywritten more than once, so just gonna show the pictures and then voice it over so you still get the idea of the scenes. Thanks. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's Nosferatu, your friendly neighborhood Mexican film critic. Today I wanted to kind of end our October spookathon, kind of on a lighter note, but still horror.
Why would he do that?
Horror. When you think about it, what do you think? Blood, guts, terror, something that sticks with you, jumps out, scares you? Usually, yes, something vile, grotesque, just disgusting stuff, especially a lot of the stuff I've been watching lately.
No kidding!
But I wanted today to give a shine to what about when a horror movie is subtle? I saw the TV glow. Let's get into it. But yeah, I Saw the TV Glow is kind of a very subtle horror movie. Doesn't rely on, there's not like jump scares, there's not like a bunch of blood and guts. It's PG-13. It is an A24 film, which I love A24. Got to do some more shout outs for them as well.
Shout out.
It's one of those that when you watch it at first, you're like, okay, that was an okay movie, but then it sits on you.
Let that sink in.
And then the longer you dwell on it, the scarier it becomes. And then by the second time I watched it and I was showing my wife Devin, then it really sunk with me, and it's kind of been sticking in the back of my mind ever since I watched it. Every time I add it on my Letterboxd app, it goes up a half star, you know what I'm saying? So I did just recently watch it as well today, just to kind of be fresher on it. It's still a very good movie. Quick little synopsis before I do a breakdown. It is of essentially two kids. There's a 7th grader and a 9th grader that meet up and link over their love for their favorite TV show called The Pink Opaque. It's a young adult network show about like two girls, kind of Buffy the Vampire Slayer-esque, who, keep evil at bay. But it's like supposedly too hardcore for kids.
Wow, that's hardcore.
And so as they're like bonding over it, the girl ends up disappearing. So we follow Owen, who is just constantly just living his life. He's kind of narrating everything. And then when Homegirl comes back, she's like, yo, just so you know, we're the TV show, and we got to get back there because where we're at is not good. And like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything just yet. That's coming in a little bit.
You better not.
It's one of those movies where like the cinematography is really great. It relies on a lot of pinks and purples. It's a very LGBTQ friendly movie. So there's a lot of themes and undertones in there as well. On the surface, it's okay to be gay, or it's okay to come out, because the more you don't, the harder and more rough life's gonna be. And like I said, that's a very surface level. If you just watch it and then leave it, like, okay, that was a gay movie, essentially. But it all takes place in kind of a bubble, and like I said, there is a reason for it taking place in that bubble. But yeah, I Saw the TV Glow. Go check it out if you don't want me to spoil it for you, because that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to kind of go through it. Spoiler alert! Woo! Alright, so I Saw the TV Glow breakdown. So it does open with a young kid. He is watching TV. He's kind of getting sucked into it. And like I said, it does kind of all take place in a bubble, because it just focuses on these two kids. All the side characters are kind of not there. The parents, the dad has a cameo in there. It's Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit. And he did good in the role. Like I said, the roles aren't really, it's mainly the two kids bonding over this TV show.
We're friends now.
So they do meet each other. She kind of explains it to him, says it comes on at 10:30. His parents don't allow him to watch it, so he does I'm going to spend the night at my friend's house, sneaks over to her house to watch it.
Classic.
So as they're watching the show, they're kind of bonding. He's not allowed to go over there anymore. He's not allowed to watch it. His dad's saying, "Isn't that a girl show?"
Because it is.
So she essentially starts recording them on VHS and giving them to him. And it becomes just like one of his favorite shows. He's talking about how he watches them over and over and over. Because it opens up with him saying, I'm up to rewatch my favorite show I grew up with. And so we're seeing it play out from when he's younger.
I was just a wee lad.
And then they get to a part where they're watching an episode, and she is like, I gotta run away from here, man. This place is, I'm gonna die here if I stay here. Tells him to come along. But what he does, he panics, runs to the friend's house he was supposed to be staying out, immediately tattles on himself. He's like, you need to call my dad, tell him I've been lying. I don't want to run away with her. I'm terrified.
Big baby!
So she does end up disappearing. Her TV is set on fire in the backyard. That's like the last thing before she disappeared. Everyone thinks the dad like killed her, but they can't find her anywhere. So like the first half of the movie is really him just kind of going through life, going through high school, trying to fit in. He really doesn't. There's a whole scene of them two sitting on the bench at school. He's like, hey, can I still come over to watch the Pink Opaque with you? And she's like, I'm into girls. And he's like, that's fine. I like TV shows. And then ask him, like, well, is that, like, do you like girls? Do you like boys? And he says, when I think about that stuff, it feels like someone took a shovel and dug out all of my insides. I know there's nothing in there, but I'm still too nervous to open myself up and check. Which is pretty intense. So after she disappeared, he's going through life. It shows like 10 years later, he's working at a grocery store, just kind of doing mundane things, but time's kind of moving faster than it should. And then he runs into his friend again, who comes up and is like, look, I need to talk to you.
We need to talk.
This is about halfway during the movie where we get kind of the horror starts creeping in.
The horror.
Because she's like, do you remember that show we used to watch? And he's like, yeah, the Pink Opaque's my favorite show. Like, we used to watch it at your house together. And she's like, look, we're part of that show. I knew things didn't feel right here. I feel like I'm going to die here. Do you remember the last episode? Because as soon as she disappeared, the show stopped. It was canceled after season 5. So she's like, look, meet me at the school midnight tomorrow and I'll explain everything. So then it shows him running. He finds the cassette tape of the final episode and it ends with it shows that the two girls are finally meeting up to fight the big bad Mr. Melancholy, like the evil, but it was a trick.
Gotcha, bitch!
So when one girl shows up, her other friend is already buried in the dirt with her heart ripped out because Mr. Melancholy needs to take 100 awkward hearts from 100 awkward kids to like end the world essentially and rule over it.
Well, that seems a little excessive.
And so she gets tricked. She gets her heart ripped out, gets fed this moon juice, and then you get to meet Mr. Melancholy. This part's kind of creepy because he is just kind of talking to her like, look, you're about to go to the midnight realm. You're going to love it. You're going to have a family. You're going to forget everything. I might actually just play a clip because it scared the shit out of me, so.
Don't fight it. Let my poison work its magic. You're gonna love the Midnight Realm. It's such a wonderful, wonderful prison. Shh. It's okay. Soon, you won't remember anything. Your real name, your superpowers, your heart. You won't even remember that you're dying.
It's crazy as hell, right? So Mr. Melancholy essentially killed both the main girls in the show, has their hearts ripped out. They're still beating, they are still alive, but they are suffocating to death in the dirt. And that's how season 5 ended of this teen adult show. So his friend, now in the present, telling him, look, when I ran away, I got a job at like Build-A-Bear. I felt like one of them, just full of stuffing, waiting for nothing. But time, she kept talking about how time is going way faster than it should. And before she knew it, she was already 22 and just didn't know where else to go. She just kept running away. And then she paid one of her coworkers $50 to bury her alive. And then she talks about how she was scared, she was buried alive, she pissed herself, she shit herself, she clawed, she would save the spit in her mouth just so she could have something to drink. And then eventually she said she started seeing herself pull away from herself like a TV screen. And then as she's pulling away, she came back too, and she was back in the pink opaque as one of the characters. So she said she found their hearts in like a lockbox. She came back, drank some of the Luna juice, which puts them in the midnight realm that Mr. Melancholy had placed them, so they will die and he can take over.
So evil.
And she's telling him, like, look, you need to come with me. We gotta bury you alive so we can come back and start season 6 and kick this guy's ass, essentially.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
And she's very convincing. The scene's really beautiful as well. But as they are walking to the dig site, Owen, the main character, he panics. You know, he starts saying, he's referring to these one creatures from the show where it's like, if you don't think about them, they don't exist. So he's running away from his problems, as always, as one does. So he decides not to do it. And then he talks about how he didn't leave his house for a while. He was just afraid to go outside. But then he like kind of moved on. He said he was waiting for her to show up and she never did. And then it shows like 10 years later, or 10 or 20 years later, his dad died. He's taken over the house. He's talking about how like, I'm a normal, upstanding citizen. I do my thing. I have a family. I enjoy it. And everything's fine. He goes to rewatch his show, which is now streaming. But he talks about how it's cheap and cheesy now. It doesn't look scary. It's not the same show he watched.
What is this supposed to be?
And as this is happening, you do hear the labored breaths just slowly start coming, and they get more intense as the film starts ending. So it is showing him now very old, although he's just a dude in old makeup, but his breathing's labored. He's working at like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of. And this one scene that scares the shit out of me, even like when I rewatched today, it still gave me chills when he finally realizes that she was right and he is dying in the ground, suffocating to death. That's why he's had asthma his whole life. That's why he's breathing right now. And when he snaps out, starts screaming, help, help me, I'm dying, I'm gonna die, I need help, please come back. I made a mistake. And the scene where everyone shuts down because the dream kind of broken because his realization of it. You know, I got a clip for that as well because, like, just look at it.
Ah! You need to help me. I'm dying right now. Sorry. Don't mind me. Mommy!
That's spooky. I don't care who you are. That's spooky. Makes you feel like you're in hell. It makes you feel like you're in the Truman Show. So he has a breakdown. All these people stop. And then you see him. He had like vomited up like TV static essentially. And then you see him cut his chest open inside of the bathroom. And there's no blood or anything. And you see him pull his stuff open and there's just like TV static and TV inside of him, which kind of refers back to earlier when he said, I feel like I've been hollowed out. There's nothing inside of me. Also, maybe because someone stole your fucking heart.
Makes a good point.
But that's scary as hell, because knowing you had an opportunity to get out of a nightmare you didn't know you were in, and then realizing it by the time it's too late, it's kind of a sad ending, because he's just super old, still dying, goes back out there and starts apologizing. Sorry for earlier. I'm on new medication. I'm sorry. And like I said, you hear his breathing just getting heavier and heavier because he is suffocating. And my first time watching it was like, okay, so it's okay to be gay. If you are gay, it's better to accept it instead of trying to hide it or fight it because you're going to be very miserable.
It really is.
The bad brain part of me is like,
Don't say it. Don't you dare say it.
oh, so if you're gay and not accepted, I should bury myself alive?
Oh. Well, I think he actually said it.
No thanks. I get why you didn't want to do that. He's telling her, You're crazy. Like, it was a TV show. We live in the suburbs. This isn't the midnight realm. I don't know what you're talking about. He was too afraid to be his truth, which in the truth, they are the two girls from the TV show that are suffocating underground with their hearts ripped out.
Metal.
And like I said, it took me a couple days after my first watch for it to click. And then the horror of the realization of, like, you're fucking trapped. You're trapped here. You're gonna die now. There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, there's one thing I can do.
Unless, I guess, you bury yourself as an old man, but you're already almost there anyway. But like I said, it is a very LGBTQ, gay-friendly movie. You can't not have those themes in it. But if you take it as, like, the horror it is very subtle. A lot of the horror is subtext. And like I said, I let it sit in your brain and just fester. It's something different. It's not super bloody. It's PG-13. You go watch it with your kids, honestly, if they can handle it. My kid can handle it. He's watched all the Final Destination movies, and I showed him both the It films, and he loves horror movies. He's my kid, man. It's me. It's a young me.
You're a terrible father.
I do highly recommend watching it. It is on HBO Max, so go check it out. I saw the TV glow. I've been wanting to do this video for a minute as well. This was kind of how I think it's a good transition into less spooky stuff.
Shame!
I will still be doing horror movies because I watch a lot.
Thank God.
But I don't want to, like I said, it's a good transition into other movies, films, and shows. Oh my God. What is that? Oh, it's the subscribe button. Just joking. Actually not. Like and subscribe. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. It's Nosferatu, your friendly neighborhood Mexican film critic. I will be keep doing these as much as I can, and hopefully we can grow this channel and have a nice community of film freaks who get it, man. I love film, I love talking about film, and if you do as well, then this is the perfect place for you. So, love you guys, peace out, have a blessed day.
Please like and subscribe.